And that Ujjayi breath is your little motor. So deepen and strengthen and broaden your motor to help you get through class with the most awareness and ease. You can think of an intention here. So setting an intention is a really important part of class that I should maybe bring in more with seasons, but today a bit of a detox. That rain kind of helps to wash away all of the residual gunk. Think of the rain like washing away all the winter residual gunk. Do 3 more breaths. Set that intention, maybe something specific or physically that you want to detox. Maybe in that spot on your back, Steve. And throughout class, just come into the awareness of that softening and letting go, softening and letting go. Like melting it away, maybe with that humidifier and heat. And we're gonna do alternate nostril breathing, right hand up, folding first 2 fingers in, thumb on the right nostril, inhale in through the left, and no pause in the middle. So we'll go in through the left. And open up the right nostril, exhale out the right. Inhale through the left again. Out through the right. Do it 2 more times, lengthening the exhales to get more air in. Exhaling. One more time. And take your hands down to your thighs, palms down or palms up. Palms down or grounding, this is more receiving. Hands back behind the hips. You can tent up on the fingertips to get the fingertips where the hands is close to the hips. And then 30 rounds of Kapalabhati. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale halfway. And then sharply exhale, pull your belly back 30 times. And then inhale, and twist to the right, left hand on the right outer thigh, exhale out through the mouth and Uddiyana. Exhale to empty, pull the belly in and up. Release the belly, then the breath, stay in this twist, chin in line with chest, so look a little more towards me breathing. Yeah, oh, you were just like this. Chin in line with the chest. Just different than other yoga. They would look over the shoulder. And close your eyes and feel that mid-back, low back zone. You can lift up a little through your chin, Tracy. Release that twist, just let yourself counter twist a little to the left. And switch the legs, switch the cross of your legs. Left hand. So this time we're going to pause at the top and the bottom of alternate nostril. And that can just be a pause, not a lock, not an Uddiyana lock, but a soft pause. And you will be able to feel that, or hopefully you'll be able to feel that. So left hand, fold the first 2 fingers in, thumb on the left nostril. And I give you a count of the same in, the same
the same in, the same exhale, and then the pause is just a pause. So in through the right. About 5, and just pause, soften belly, eyeballs, exhale out the left. Plug both nostrils, pause. And then in through the right. Top pause, soften belly. Exhale the left. Into the exhale, pause. In through the right. Go for 2 more. More than the count. Attention to those pauses. Take your hands down, palms facing up or down. Hands back behind the hips, another 30 rounds, and then we'll twist to the left this time. And you can think of that twist as a detox, like you're wringing out a rag. So we're inhaling, or exhaling rather. And then a big inhale, and then you're like wringing out. So hands back behind the hips. Exhale together. Inhale halfway. Rotating to the left, exhale. Pull the belly in enough. Releasing the belly to the breath. Stay in that twist, feeling where the air first moves and maybe where it doesn't move. It'd be like an advanced yogi pose. It's where you're stuck. And can you breathe there? Can you think of that area ballooning up? Torso back to face forward, stretch your legs out in front. A windshield wiper of the legs and the thighs. The soles of the feet together will unlock the hips. The soles of the feet together and even pressing through the ball of the big toe. Maybe even the big toe, like how does that change? So you can even close your eyes, press through ball of big toe, press toe. You feel different muscles turn on. Lean onto the right hip and grab a hold of your left thigh with both hands and move it right and left. If you've got a particular tight zone, you can bring your fingers there. And then drag the thigh in the direction of the knee. And then take your left hand on the mid thigh, set your left hip down, right palm to the right, rotate your body to the right so that the left shoulder is hiked up and a little towards center. And now feel the feet pressing together. Chin in line with chest, a little softer on your neck there, Steve. So check me out here, shoulder hiked up. So you can rotate towards the right thigh. There you go. Drag out with the thigh. And then another Uddiyana. Belly in and up. Releasing belly, then the breath. And then lean onto the left side. And Uddiyanas and twists are great for detox classes since your liver is here and your stomach is here. And your diaphragm pushes. So lean onto the left, grab a hold of your right thigh with both hands and move right and left. Again, if there's a particular zone of tightness, drag out. Grab the thigh, drag it towards the knee. Set the right hip down. Right hand is on the mid-thigh, shoulder can hike up with the elbow straight. And then rotate your torso towards the left knee. Get a couple breaths, just checking out this whole other animal of the right side and the right hip, right sacrum, right side of the sacrum. Should be a side joint, dragging the thigh out. Inhale and then exhale, Uddiyana. Belly in and up. Maybe see the belly, then the breath. Come back, torso straight. Use your hands to help the thighs together. Stretch them out again and give yourself a little squeeze of the quads. A little squeeze of the legs, the calves. Point and flex. Abdominal time. So if you have the roll, you can use the roll in between the thighs and it just is more give. You know, the block you can only squeeze so much. So usually when I use the roll versus, my legs will even start to shake a little bit. All right. I almost feel that humidity. Usually abs is where I break a sweat. So lay down on your back and welcome in that sweat. Sweating is detox and a very important detox. Point and flex. And then detox along with intention, along with these poses and the deep breath, even deeper form of sweating and detox out, sweating out whatever poisons you've put in your body or have been put in your body from the environment. Okay, legs straight up. And then like we just did, point and flex your feet. And I like to bend my knees slightly because it helps me turn on my legs. When my knees are locked, I'm not using as much leg muscle, quad, even glutes. So you can bend your knees slightly, but have the knees above the hips. You all right, Penny? Okay. Clasp your hands behind the head and the neck. And then look up at your feet and squeeze your inner ankles together. And then inhale and hold your breath. Press the top rim of the sacrum down, curl the tailbone up, exhale, lift head and shoulders towards the ceiling and squeeze whatever's between your thighs. Pull the belly muscles down. And then keep your head up, but release the curl of the tailbone, inhale. Exhale, recurl the pubic bone at the navel, squeeze the block or the roll, lift shoulder blades off the mat. Exhaling, head relaxes into hands and pull the belly down away from the roll or block. And then inhale, lower head, hips halfway. Hold the breath, press the top rim of the sacrum down, curl the tailbone up, squeeze the block or the roll, lift elbows up and over to the left. Left shoulder blade lifts, squeeze the roll, inhale again. Curl tailbone up a second time, squeeze the roll, elbows to the left. And inhale back to center. Hold the breath, squeeze the block of the roll, exhale, elbows lift up and over to the right. Squeeze the roll, pull the belly down. Inhale again, releasing curl the tailbone and then curl it a second time. Exhaling, squeeze the roll, elbows up and over to the right. Pull the belly down away from the roll. And then inhale back to center. Squeeze inner ankles, curl tailbone up with head and shoulders skyward. Squeeze the roll, pull the belly down. And then lower your head down, roll out your ankles. And just a comment reminder to use breath that you're not controlling. So, or the ujjayi, which is steady versus like a weightlifting. Then you're tightening your jaw and still kind of controlling. So I like to, in abs, soften, even open my mouth, and kind of breathe in a soft way. This is one pose, one set of poses that you wouldn't do ujjayi necessarily. So squeeze the block of the roll, drag the thighs up, inhale, hold your breath. Press the top rim of the sacrum down, curl the tailbone up, squeeze harder on that block of the roll, exhale, head and shoulders lift skyward. Hold the belly down. Inhale, lower the head, lower that sacrum so the top rim of the sacrum can lift. Hold the breath, press it down again, squeeze the block of the roll, elbows up and over to the left. Squeeze the roll, pull the belly down. So my foot's starting to shake, inhale back to center. Hold the breath, top rim of the sacrum down, I think that's live music, curl tailbone up, squeeze the block of the roll, exhale, elbows up and to the right. Squeeze and pull the belly down. Inhale, back to center, last one like this. Exhale, elbows skyward. With the shoulder blades, squeeze the roll, curl, tailbone on the second time, pull the belly down. Lower your head down, set your feet down. Keep the block or the roll there. We're gonna traction the low back by taking the heel of the palm into the hip crease. Fingertips point towards the knees and then tuck the chin so you've got a long back of the neck. And then with an Uddiyana, inhale. And exhale, press your hands into the tops of the thighs. Exhale to empty, full belly in and up. Releasing the belly, then the breath, move the block of the roll. Do some straight up, elbow to knee, knees above the hips. Active feet, so you're giving that energy somewhere to go. All of that shaky energy. And now we've got some knees, some inner thigh stuff going on in here. Hands clasped behind the head and the neck. And then, Steve, move your knees a little more forward. And you can lower your heels a little, Tracy. Inhale, lift head and shoulders up. Hold the breath. Press the top rim of the sacrum down, curl the tailbone up, elbows to the left, and reach through the right leg. Pull the belly down. Inhale, bend both knees over the hips. Hold the breath. Press the top rim of the sacrum down, curl the tailbone up, exhale, elbows to the right, reach through the left leg, the left thigh. Pull the belly muscles down. And then bend the left knee, inhale back to center. Hold the breath. Press the top rim of the sacrum down, curl the tailbone up, elbows up into the left, reach through the right thigh. Inhale again, look at that right hip crease. Exhale, reach the thigh away from the hips and pull the belly away from that. Bend the right knee, inhale. Hold the breath. Press top rim of the sacrum down, curl the tailbone up, exhale, elbows to the right, reach through the left thigh. Looking towards that left hip crease, inhale again. And reach the thigh away from the belly, pull the belly away from the thigh. And bend the left knee, inhale back to center. Hold the breath. Press the top rim of the sacrum down, curl tailbone up, exhale, elbows to the left, reach through the right leg. So you're trying to press something with the balls of the toes and then pull the belly down. Bend the right knee, inhale. Hold the breath. Press top rim of the sacrum down, curl the tailbone up, exhale, reach through the left thigh, pulling the belly away from the thigh. Okay, one more each side, bend the left knee, inhale. Hold the breath, press top rim of the sacrum down, curl the tailbone up, exhale. Extend the right leg. Now flex the foot so it's the heel. Hold the belly down. Bend the right knee, inhale. Hold the breath, press top rim of the sacrum down, curl the tailbone up, exhale. Left leg extends, flex the foot so you're reaching through the heel, pull the belly down. Bend the left knee and lower down. All around on the low back. Knees in towards armpits. So you're really making space there for the hips or the belly. And then bring the knees together. Full compression on the belly. You can grab behind the thighs or grab the shins. And take about 3 breaths, just kind of softening the hips down. As you inhale, feeling the back against the floor. And reach your legs straight up over the hips. Frog lifting through. Now we have these things that are hip flexors right in our hips, and sometimes that seems to be doing all the work. So I've got some people who like to turn and have the wall for frog lifting through. So as a demo, I'm going to do that. So I'm rotating to the right side. I'm coming up, turning so that I can be 90 degrees on the wall. Like if it's more you holding your knees up than you using your abs, then you can use the wall. And you just kind of have your toes on the wall, or you could have your feet on the wall, and then you're dragging out. I'll give you guys room to set up. Hey, Bill, just in time for frog lifting through. So warm up a little bit, Bill. Maybe do some breathing. You can do some Kapalabhati, couple twists, and meet up. Okay, so if you're using the wall, you start like we just were, an elbow to knee, and then straddle your thighs. And you can pull your feet a little off the wall and see, like, is it your hips, like top of the hips that are doing the work here? And we want to use the core. This is not abdominal, it's actually a low one. So this could be even like pelvic floor. That looks good. You can set your feet on the wall though, Steve. Yeah, now set your feet on the wall. That looks great. Can you straddle a little more? Now imagine dragging your heels in the direction of your toes, and then curl your pubic bone and navel and pull your belly down. So there's like our big motion. Hands behind the head and the neck. No holding this time. Inhale and lift head and shoulders on the exhale. And then curl the pubic bone to the navel, drag thighs out, pull the belly muscles down. Head stays up, inhale, release the tailbone. And exhale, curl the pubic bone to the navel, drag thighs out, exhaling, elbows lift, and towards the wall, pull the belly down. Inhale, release the curl of the tailbone. And then exhale, re-curl the pubic bone to the navel. Drag the thighs out, hold the belly muscles down. And then inhale, release the curl of the tailbone. Exhale, re-curl the pubic bone towards the navel, drag thighs out, hold the belly muscles down. 2 more, inhale, release the curl of the tailbone. And then exhale, re-curl pubic bone to the navel, drag the heels in the direction of the toes. 1 more, releasing hips down. Shoulder blades lift, the belly down. And then lower your head down. If you've got the wall, keep your feet there. If you don't, you can use your hands and help your thighs together. Now, if you've got the wall, take your hands on tops of the thighs like we did that traction, but you're gonna do it in frog. And if you don't have the wall, you'll do one of the same with the block in between the thighs. While you're dragging the thighs in the direction of the knees, you can do some pelvic tilts. So curling your pubic bone to navel and just see what stretches, what's different. It's kind of like horse. So Uddiyana here, exhale to empty. Pull belly in and up, and then keep dragging out as you hold the belly, pull the belly down. And then use the hands to help the thighs together. If you're at the wall, you can roll onto one side, come back to your mat, go long ways for bridge. Setting up for bridge and have your block handy. If you want to add a little bit, you could squeeze the block. You have 2 blocks or the roll, squeeze in between your thighs, and then we'll drop it at some point. And as you squeeze your knees together, your thighs together, that opens up your hips. You know, just like chopsticks. As you press the top together, the bottom opens. Who's a teacher? Okay, so set your feet down. And then palms face up, tuck the chin. Inhale, fill up the ribs, and as you exhale, curl the pubic bone towards the navel, and then press your hips up. Back of the neck, long. Ribs back towards the face, hips press up. If you've got that roll, you're pressing feet down and squeezing inner thighs. If you don't have that roll, you're just imagining tops of the thighs dragging towards the knees. Bridge needs bigger breath in here. So in and out through the nose. Who's going to be my model? Usually Rachel's my breath model. Nice, Tracy. Squeezing inner thighs. And if you have a block, you can grab that, bring it underneath the sacrum, the tallest way that your flexibility allows. And then you can drop the roll if you have it, or grab it and move it. Left foot moves a little more towards center line, inhale. And reach your right leg straight up over the hips. Here, roll out the ankle, point and flex, point and flex. And then rotate toes out, toes in, pressing that left foot down. And then right leg straight up over the hips again. We're going to go for more of the splits. Press the left foot down, inhale. And then right foot moves towards your head, top of the mat or front of the mat. You press that left foot down. You can imagine that right inner leg line pressing in towards center line as well. Or right foot pressing in towards a block. Right leg straight up over the hips again. And then cross right ankle over left thigh as you exhale. You can take your hands to the outer hips and support that. Either support it with weight, support it with the warmth of your fingertips, or a little motion, maybe right hip crease. I like to take my left hand to my hip bone and drag it to the left. As the right thigh drags forward and down, and then the ankle, that right ankle is dragging the left thigh out. Come out, inhaling, right leg straight up. Set the right foot down. And inhale, left leg up. First pointing and flexing. And then toes out. Like a ballet dancer, toes in. Reach up with the foot. Whole thigh, the leg reaches up. Toes back. In line with the heel. Straight with the knee, all of the above. Right foot presses down, inhale. And then press your left foot back. As you press the right foot down. So nice stretch somewhere, breathe there, bring all that energy or tension into your intention. Stretch through the toes on that left foot. Right foot down. And your left leg straight up over the hip, inhale. Cross left ankle over right thigh. Then you can take your hands to the outer hips, support like the sides of the boot if it's feeling a little heavy on one side or the other. Or you can take right hand to the right hip bone, left hand to the left hip crease, and just give it a little warmth, a little affection so that it opens up. And that left foot drags the right thigh away from the hip. And then out through the nose, constriction on the back of the throat. Left leg reaches up. And then set the left foot down. We'll come off the block for 3 breaths up in bridge and then 2 breaths to lower. So you'll lower halfway and then take another breath. Come up off the block, press your hips up. Toes down, ball of the big toe down. And you can start to lower down the upper back, mid back. And take an extra breath. And lower, mid, lower, recurling pubic bone to navel. Setting the hips down, let your knees fall together and take your arms out to the sides. Palm space up. Now roll onto your left side. As you come up, keep your neck relaxed. Press yourself up using your hands. When your torso is up, use your, in this case, left hand, left cheek, help your head up. Dolphin. Give an option, even though Rachel's not here in person, we've been kind of amping it up, doing flash prep against the wall. So I will show you regular dolphin and then flash prep with an option. And if it's your first time doing flash prep, then don't use the wall. If it's your 20th time, maybe don't use the wall. And as another alternative to flash prep, if you want to go upside down, would be dolphin at the wall. So I will demo, even though most of you have seen this. All of you have seen this. So I'm going to move my mat against the wall. I think you guys all have room to do that. If you're not using the wall, don't worry about it. If you want to focus more on the shoulders, then don't worry about it. So dolphin, forearms down. Right hand reaches for the left upper bicep. And Bill, come down, Bill. Right palm. Lift your elbow. So the elbow is actually stacked and squeeze your elbow in towards center and you take it easy on that shoulder. So I'm grabbing upper biceps, spreading through the fingers so you have the most surface area. And then press down through the forearms. The fingers broaden the space between your shoulder blades. And you can curl the toes and lift the knees. And dolphin is a shorter stance than a downward dog. You're working towards stacking the shoulders above the elbows. And so for this inversion, you would take a giant step up the wall. Keep pressing down through the forearms, squeezing elbows together. And if you don't feel stable, then don't come up the wall. Keeping your knees down is a really fantastic way to build the strength. So sometimes down leveling is actually getting you there faster than trying. Nice, Raylene. Squeeze that right elbow in towards center. You look great. Keep your neck relaxed. Nice, Tracy. Pull your ribs in towards your spine. And you guys breathe. And I would, if you do it again, come a little closer to the wall. but that height up the wall was great. A little bit deeper breath. Flash breath. There's one arm in dolphin and then the other fingertips start in line with the crease of the elbow and then back a couple inches. And if you've done dolphin, you can do flash breath with the knees down. If you started right when I said. In this case, that right wrist is under the right elbow. So it's back maybe even further for you. Squeezing both elbows in, broaden again that space in between the shoulder blades. Then on flash prep, you can switch sides. So left fingertips in line with the right elbow crease, and then back enough inches so that the left elbow is stacked above the left wrist. Done. Come into a little embryo, little balloon. If you need support for your knees, you can bring a block on your heels. Or if you've got that roll, that's a great one. It'll support more space for the knees. And then wherever you're a little stiff in your back, usually breath there. So your lungs are a balloon. Come up. We'll sit in Virasana, which for me needs some props. If this doesn't work for you at all, or you don't have the props, then sit in a comfortable position. Or bird wing, I've heard it referred to as lazy waiter, which I thought was great. Because the part about that would be that the lazy waiter is really using the elbow into the side of the body. I see people do it like this a lot. That's not a lazy waiter, that's harder. So the lazy waiter kind of presses it into the side of your body. And when we do bird wing, keep that connection the whole time. And one way I've had like Bill work on his shoulder is something in there and I'm like trying to pull it. So that much of a squeeze. And when you pull apart, you're only going an inch and a half, maybe either side. We're working these muscles. Let's feel that a little bit. So we'll do one-sided bird wing. So left palm, spread, squeeze the elbow into the side. And really when we're out, the cue can be to squeeze the tricep into the side. So take your right hand, bring it in between your arm and your body and just really squeeze. And there's different muscle fibers. So if you're more in the armpits, a different muscle than if you're mid. And if you're lower, we think of a muscle as just one thing, but it's got fibers and a short head and a long head. And you can take your hand away. If you want a little resistance, you can take it on the left forearm or just take it down to the right thigh. And just stay there, a couple breaths, shoulders down, squeezing the left arm into the side of the body. Spreading through the left palm. Dragging the left shoulder down. And then inhale. Keeping the elbows squeezing in, exhale, palm pulls away from that center line, shoulder down. Squeeze the tricep into the body. And then inhale, come back. Exhale, pull the palm away. Just an inch, maybe an inch and a half, shoulder down, chest up. Inhale, come back. Exhale, palm pulls away, shoulder down. So nice stretch even front of the chest. Inhale, come back, do two more on your own on this left side. Sounds like pec minor, pec major, even stretch. You really squeeze tricep in. Mhm. That's where you feel it? In your bicep, it was your right side when that slipped, right? Yeah, so when I do that, I start to feel a stretch here, which would be like an attachment for the pec. Mhm. You feel your bicep there. What if you take your hand a little lower? Just sort of. Yeah, good. And these muscles, we're gonna feel them again here with unlocking the shoulder. So take your elbow, squeeze it in towards center, right hand, squeezes in. Wow, mine feels strong. That must be a handstand class Rachel and I are doing. Can you guys feel a muscle there? Do you feel your muscle there? Mm-hmm. Yeah, squeezing the elbow in, left shoulder down. Can you feel? Mm-hmm. Now take your right hand on that left inner elbow. Hand into elbow, elbow into hand. Mine felt different than the last time I felt it. And Rachel and I have been doing doubles on Monday for this handstand class, a forest yogi, and then that flash prep. So I've amped it up, I can tell. Now reach your left elbow forward. And Sarah, soften the jaw, la, 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 la. And then inhale and release that arm up. Bend at the elbow for half archer, right hand on the left elbow. And you can let your head rest to the left. And if your elbow is reaching forward, instead of forcing the elbow back, lift your ribs. If you want to go for a full, right hand reaches around behind you. Grips your clothes or your fingertips. Now let your head gently rest on the left side. So stay alive in your toes. You can even press the shins down. Arms out to the side, just because I like eagle after, we'll go into eagle right over left. If you're focusing a lot on your position of sitting, you can change it. If you want another block, I can toss you one, Bill. Okay, release the arms up, first stretch of the day. Hands through the center. Okay, so lazy waiter, bird wing on the other side. So really squeeze, you can imagine, or grab something. Let's see how much you would have to squeeze to keep that there. Maybe it's lower towards the elbow that you feel a little weaker. Just stay there, squeezing the elbow into the side of the body, right shoulder down. Want a little resistance, not too much resistance, just enough to feel. Inhale. Exhale, pull the right palm away from center line, only about an inch. Squeeze the tricep into the side of the body. Inhale, come back, soften the jaw. Jaw will help protect, try and help shoulder. Palm pulls away. Tricep squeezes into the body. And then if you have that resistance, let it go for the last three. Inhale. Palm pulls away. Tricep squeezes in. Drag the right shoulder down. That's when I feel it in my chest. Inhale, come back. I feel more bicep though on this side too. So that's what you're kind of in your head like, okay, that, and then let it go. So the motion of feeling and then letting go. Right palm comes back in line. And right arm out for unlocking the shoulders. Left hand, feel the right side of the ribs. And as you squeeze the elbow in, a little poke, a little movement of a muscle. And then left hand on the right inner elbow. Spread through that right palm. You can press shins down. Inhale. And then hand into elbow, elbow into hand. Left hand on that right inner elbow, Sarah. Reach the right elbow forward. And then flare out your ribs side to side. Extending. And inhale, release the right arm up. Bend at the elbow. Left hand on the right elbow for half archer. I think the blue, I could tell you were already doing that, Sarah. I thought your arm was down. It was blended in. Let your head rest, let your jaw rest to the side. Full archer, left hand reaches around for the right fingertips. Right elbow up, left elbow down. Big breath, now pressing the upper back into your grip or your upper back into your right fingertips. Release your arms out to the side. Left over right eagle. Squeezing the elbows together, reaching them forward, but still dragging the shoulders down away from the ears. Ribs side to side. Inhale, reach the arms up. Hands through center line. Come up off of your knees. Ooh. Take your time. That knee stuff, you can stretch a leg back before coming into down dog. A lot of compression, but now that blood is flowing again. So the compression, then the release, you get fresh blood in there, just like when you press on your hand and it goes white and then the red floods in. And then come into a downward dog. Walk out your heels and rock your booty a little right and left. Press the chest towards the thighs, wrap the shoulders. And look up at your hands and walk up to your hands, coming into a fold. So take your feet wide, at least as wide as your hips, maybe wider. Bend your knees. Let your belly rest on your thighs. So bend your knees enough if you're pretty thin, and you might have to bend your knees more. And if you've got a belly, you can kind of move it up and then down the thighs. And clasp your hands behind the head and the neck, so make room for your belly. Maybe if you're bigger chested, you might have to kind of adjust sometimes. Hands clasped behind the head and the neck, and then let your head totally relax, but reach the elbows down. Breathe into your back. And just notice where the weight is in your feet. Can you balance it more? If you're more in the balls of the toes, balance between the heels and the toes. And then change the grip if you have hair. You're going to clasp your hands if you've got a ponytail or something, or just grip your hair. It'll mess it up. And the weight of your hands helping the back of the neck to release. Set your hands down, bend your knees a little bit more, scoop your chest forward, and then come up with a straight back. Pressing the feet down, press down, press down, press down, press down. And then you can let the blood just rush out of your head. If you get dizzy, always use the wall. Reach your arms up. We'll side bend. Right hand grabs a hold of the left wrist. And And then think of shortening the right side of your body, like a side bend, keeping your hips pretty square. You don't have mirrors, but don't press your hips to the left. Keep your hips square and have this be in the ribs more. And let your head rest on that right arm. Now inhale and lengthen, spread the left ribs. Now coming out it the other way. Think of shortening the space between your ribs on the right. Then inhale, press your left foot down and breathe into the left open ribs. Inhale, come up. Reach up. Left hand grabs the right wrist. Leaning to the left, keeping your hips square. Not pressing them to the right. Head rests on the arm, left arm. Think of spreading, opening that right side. I like the shortening of the left. It's like coming out of a different way next to the opening. And inhale into that right side. Inhale, come up. Reach up. Take your hands to your chest. Almost like that lazy waiter or that bird wings. Squeeze elbows, or in this case, the upper biceps a little into your side. Place your hands down and come up to the front of your mat if you're not. And you could move your mat again, Tracy, if you want to face this way. So some sun salutations. That looks good, Steve. Breathe. So take your hands even, Steve, to your ribs, and you can just kind of move. So breath is another important detox. Nice. Hands to your chest. Round through your feet. Inhale, reach your arms up. Pull your belly in and fold. Inhale, step your right foot back. We're going slow. Exhale, right knee down. Inhale, arms up. And exhale, hands down. Inhale, left leg back. Exhale, lower the knees, lower your chest. Arms come out in front. Take them wider than your mat. Inhale, low cobra. Tuck the chin so the back of the neck is long. Reach your thighs back. And then drag the ribs forward as you lower. Hands below the shoulders, inhale. Curl the toes, exhale, downward dog. Inhale, right foot steps up. Exhale, left knee down. Inhale, arms up. So we're adding an extra breath in there for this round. Dipping towards the front heel. And if you're pretty tight today, you can stay here. We're going to meet up with that same leg back. Or inhale. Hands down. Back foot steps up, exhaling. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands to the chest. Inhale, arms up. Pull the belly in and fold. Left leg back, left knee down, arms up. Easy twist, left hand down, right arm up. Squeeze the right thigh in towards center. Now both shoulders away from the ears. Self-assist, right hand can come on the sacrum. Spiral your torso to the right. Right shoulder moves down away from the ear. Right hand comes down. Inhale. And step the right foot back, exhale. Inhale, lower the knees. Exhale, lower down. Sphinx pose, forearms down. And shoulders back. You can drag the ribs through the arms. Maybe pressing palms down, lift the elbows an inch off the mat. And then drag as you lower. Hands below shoulders, press back in the downward dog. And then inhale, step your left foot up and the right knee down. Right hand down, left hand up. Easy twist. Pull shoulders away from the ears, away from the neck, spread through the left palm. You can take the left palm to the sacrum and drag it back as you scoop your heart forward. And look down at your mat, left hand down, curl the right toes underneath and step up. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, hands to the chest. Inhale, arms up. Pull the belly in and fold. Right leg back, right knee down. Set. Back up your hips. And then back up your left foot so that you've got a 90-degree angle. We're going to do this pose and then come out, do a little resistance stretching, and then do the pose again. Left hand on that left outer hip, rotate it down. Inhale, reach your right arm up. Long ribs, long right side. Exhale, twist to the left. The back of it, arm, that tricep is on the outer part of the thigh, not on the knee. This is long here as you get a sense of your twist. Inhale, pull the belly in, exhale. And then come back up. You can walk yourself back up. Now take your right hand on the inner thigh. So kind of like unlocking the shoulders. Now press your hand into the thigh, thigh into the hand. Don't try and fight yourself so much, really. Maybe less squeeze of the thigh, more of the hand. 2 more breaths. Okay, release, right arm up. Exhale, twist to the left. Right shin down. Scoop your heart towards the front of the room. Belly pulls a little off that left thigh. Relax your neck. Look down. Hands down, step back, high plank. Do you guys feel you go deeper in the twist? Yeah. High plank, lower the knees. Inhale. As you lower, elbows squeeze in. Now this time, we're gonna do boat twist shoulder shrugs. So come into goalpost with the arms. Look down, long back of the neck. Sometimes I like to fingertip, like itsy bitsy my fingers back. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, lift the feet. Inhale. Hold the breath, shoulders straight up, straight back, and then pinch the shoulder blades along the spine. Reach your thighs back, inhale, goalpost. Shoulders up, back, and then pinch the tips of the shoulders together. Lower down, just use your hands as a pillow. Soften your boot, you can wiggle it a little. Now, while on our belly here, we're going to do another 30 rounds of Kapalabhati. That's the inhale, exhale, inhale halfway, 30 rounds. Pew yourself up, hands below shoulders, big inhale. Curl the toes, exhale, hips back. Downward dog. Step your right foot up and left knee down. Arms up, so just come into the lunge here. And back up your hips. Hips stacked above the left knee, right foot up under the right knee. Right hand on that right outer hip crease, inhale for our before. Exhale, twist to the right. Bottom hand to fist. Top hand wraps around. Sense of the side this time. Bring yourself up, you can walk up that right thigh. And then hand into the inner thigh. And you really might find like mid or even closer to the knee is a little bit weaker. Weaker might feel like a quiver before it engages. So hand into thigh, thigh into hand. Left shin down. Then inhale, left arm up. Twist to the right. Back of the arm on that right outer thigh. Feel up the sides of the ribs here. Exhale, pull your belly off the right thigh. Scoop your heart forward and relax your neck. Look down, releasing the pose. Step your back foot up, forward fold. And inhale, rise up. And come into chair. Look down at your toes. If you can't see your toes, then shift the weight back into the hips, the heels. Exhale, pull your belly in and fold. Hands on the shins, straighten the elbows, halfway lift. And then stay there, reaching the ribs forward. So a halfway lift can also be with the hands down on the mat. You can bend the knees slightly and then exhale, Uddiyana. And walk back, high plank. You can lower with or without the knees, chaturanga to up dog. Chaturanga, you bend elbows about 90 degrees and then scoop your chest forward. Or your favorite cobra. And elbows in. And then back into downward dog. Walk out your feet, out of your head. Inhale, step your right foot up for warrior two. Steve, why don't you take your back against the wall? You stay there. You guys in warrior two, reach out for your fingertips. And scoot your boot all the way against the wall, as close as you can. There, and you can just even play with little pinches. Right thigh opens up towards those right baby toes. So if you're kind of in like that, both hips are open. Round of kite hop, inhale. Turn your palms as you exhale, forward, up, inhale. And then exhale, palms forward, down, back, and around. Even looking towards your baby, your belly, towards your belly. Inhale, palms back, down, forward, up, pinkies up, shoulders down. Exhale, towards your belly. Roll your pubic bone and navel, lengthening the low back. Come back to warrior two. Reverse the warrior. Left hand can start on the left hip or the saddlebags, tops of the thighs. Inhale, right arm up. A little more here. And then rotate. Rotate, twist, not twist. Side bend to the left. Get the yoga stone. My form of endocannabinoids these days. Big lift of the ribs. So think of that shortening of the left side again. Wrap the right shoulder. So that's plugging the right shoulder down and maybe hollowing out the armpit. Yeah. Right knee stays bent. Inhale, bring your torso back up, leading with that right hand. The left hand can help the head up. And then hinge to the right for extended side angle. Left hand can come on the sacrum, palm on the sacrum. Or reach it straight up over the shoulder. For a chest opener, left palm back. Spread through both hands, inhale. Reach your heart forward. Exhale, engage your thighs. Let your neck go, stay strong in your core, strong in your feet. Left arm straight up over the shoulder. Rotate to face the front of the mat. Pivot, left knee down. Main coon. Walk your right foot to the top right corner of the mat. Hands are on the inside. You can curl the back toes underneath. Lift the knee, kind of reach right thigh forward, left thigh back. Before setting the knee down again. These props. You want to set your forearms on your block. Scoop the chest open. Exhale out the mouth. Inhale, peel yourself back up. Back into high plank. Lower the knees, inhale. As you exhale, again, elbows squeeze in. So it's, again, like those exercises we did in the beginning. All the way down this time. Right hand reaches for the right foot. Left hand can come out in front of you or use it as a pillow and just curl the pubic bone and navel, depending on the tension in your thighs. And And then lower down, release the foot. Hands below shoulders, curl the toes underneath, downward dog. Inhale, left leg comes up for warrior two. Reach out through your fingertips. So out the mouth. Palms down, really. Come into your body, out of the head. If you're stuck in your head, you can lions or just ground down and focus on the feet more. Uddiyanas also help me get out of the head. Hinge to the right hand can be on the top of the right thigh. Left arm up and then side bend to the right. Wrapping that left shoulder helps open up more space for your neck to let go. You're moving the shoulder away from the ear, kind of that squeeze in towards center, hollowing out of the armpit. You can even do a unlocking the shoulders elbow bend here. Another breath, strong in the feet. Inhale that left arm up and to the right. Exhale, use it to pull yourself up. Right hand, right cheek. And kite hop here. Exhale, palms back. Round the shoulders forward, look towards your belly, and then curl your pubic bone to the navel. Inhale, palms back, down, forward, up, pinkies up, chest up. Go through that rotation again. Good for rotator cuff. We have palms forward, palms up. Back into warrior two, inhale. And then hinge to the left. Left forearm down, dragging the left thigh out in the direction of the knee. We're not sinking, dead hands. Right palm can come on the sacrum or on the hip or straight up over the shoulder for a chest opener. This is a pose that needs your breath, your ujjayi breath. Right foot presses down, inhale. Flare up the ribs. And look down. Lower your right hand down, right knee down, Maine Coon. Left foot walks to the top left corner of the mat. Floods of warm or fresh blood as well. So when you're coming out of a pose, it's like, that fresh oxygenated blood. You can curl your right toes underneath like a runner's lunge and shift a little front, a little back, right thigh back, left thigh forward. Lower the right knee and come into your full expression of Maine Coon today. Maybe it's forearms on a block. Scoop your chest forward. Lions. Inhale and peel yourself up. Left foot back. High plank. Then lower the knees. or the left foot, left hand, left foot. All the way down. So your right hand can be your little pillow. This is like your tighter side. Maybe you just want to focus on lengthening the thigh back. Tight hip flexors on the side, curling pubic bone to the navel. And the hip flexors that brings the thigh in towards your chest. You're thinking of opposites, the opposite muscle, so when that contracts, your glutes open, and when your glutes contract, that hip opens, so hip flexor. So when you feel a contraction of your left glute muscles, to open up the front, kind of like in those side bends with the ribs. Release the foot if you have it. Curl the toes underneath, hands below shoulders, press back. Downward dog. Maybe hop up, look up at your hands. Just a hop, maybe another hop. Walk the rest of the way, fold. Arms up, come back in a chair, right in a chair. Straighten up your knees, hands to your chest. Close your eyes. We're gonna do chest opener at the wall. And you guys can just move your mats a little closer to the wall. You're gonna be a forearm width distance away from the wall, so not right up against it. Forearm or bicep distance, so you can do this or this. And let's do the left foot forward. Warrior one, just take your arms up like you're doing your warrior ones, right hip forward. And take your left forearm on the wall, right hand go to the left armpit. Stay there a moment, and then you're okay though. Walk your left fingertips back till you feel, ooh. Maybe you're keeping the elbow bent or walking the left fingertips till the elbow is straight. And then with that right hand on your left chest muscle, direct your breath there. The left armpit with breath. So detoxing, lymph. Big center of detox there in your armpit. So get a few breaths there. If you're not feeling like, ooh, then you might want to adjust your left palm. Maybe lower it an inch. Straighten up your left knee. Itsy bitsy your left fingertips back. Hinge to the right and hinge to the right again. You should be about rightly aligned. Right foot forward, warrior one, just come into that first. Right forearm on the wall, left hand on the right chest muscle armpit. Walk your right fingertips back. Take this as a new thing. Don't do the same thing you did the other side because you think you should. There's some shoulds. Shoulder down. Big breath into that right armpit. And think, what do you want to detox? What is toxic that you want out of your body? That could be thoughts or feelings or old memories. Or just straight up toxins from the food or the environment. Including electromagnetic pollution. What now? Or that wine last night, or the night before. Readjust your right fingertips so you get more of that and then breathe there. Not into pain, into the edge of pain, not in the pain. And then breathe to soften those edges and maybe decrease that area of pain. Come out of the pose, straighten your right knee, inhale. Itsy bitsy the fingertips back. And then turn to face the center of the room. Now we'll use the wall for a little bit more detoxy, and I just checking the time. So Uddiyanas, which we've done a lot today. Our exhale, holding the air out, pulling the belly in and up. And we're gonna do some of those twisting, and then we're gonna do some of those with an option of Agnisara, which is the exhale, empty, pulling the belly in and up, keeping the air out, releasing the belly, pulling it back, with no air held. And that can be fast or slow. And this really gets my heart rate up. This is like a grounding, I'm like stuck in my head. Okay, grounding down. So really using your feet to get grounded. Use the wall. Like we started with the frog lifting through, and then you can peel your torso a little off the wall with your booty on the wall. Inhale. Exhale, right shoulder forward, twist to the left, right thigh drives out, pull the belly in and up. Release the belly, then the breath. Exhale, twist to the right. I encourage you to lift up your shirt, show your belly, give it some air. Left shoulder moves forward, drag the left thigh out, Uddiyana. Inhale, come back to straight. Bring your torso back to the wall. So now we're gonna play with Uddiyana or Agnisara. Looks like, sounds like this. Release belly, then breathe. Otherwise you'll gasp. So hands on tops of the thighs, dragging out, inhale. Come into Uddiyana first. Belly in and up. Release the belly, then the breath. Do a second one. Fast or slow. Release the belly, then the breath. Toes to face the heels, wide leg forward fold. And set your hips or keep your hips on the wall. And kind of reach your booty up. And you can clasp hands in a way that you like. Behind the head of the neck, or if you like that, grabbing the hair. Give a soft bend to the knees. Tabletop your spine, heel toe your feet together. You could slide down the wall and come into a squat, just watch out for that stuff there, Bill. Or if squats are a little challenging, you can grab a prop. Cool down. You're sweating, turn the corners of your mouth up, kind of encourage that detox. Have the wine or the whiskey or what have you. Enjoying that you have that. Some people can't sweat. It also cools your body, right? So really important. Even though people get embarrassed about it. Take your right hand down, inhale, reach your left arm up. Stay too long here, left hand down. Inhale, right arm up. Teaching hot yoga really got me over that. Sweating, touching people that are sweaty as well. Take your hands down. Bill, if you want to play with a little crow here. So we're going to side crow, and then we're going to come into legs at the wall, and we'll do our twists and such there. So there's two versions. One is squeezing your thighs on the outer arms, and the other is stacking your shins on the triceps. More like that. And even if you just come into the motion of it, keeping your feet down. You can always put your feet on a block. That helps to lift your booty a little higher. Nice. And then pull your belly up towards your spine, Tracy. Please squeeze your elbows in. So I got you here if you want to put a little weight in this. Push the floor away from you. With your hands, press down. Are you breathing? Push down. Nice. Come on out of it. Okay, when I took you guys, I knew we started a little late. If anybody wants to try a side crow, or you just come into legs at the wall. And side crow is your hands, and this is just a nice twist too. Just stay like this. Making that little shelf. Shooting that away. Rachel's my demo, she's put it here. Do one side, do the other, even just with your hands down. Make a shelf with your triceps, so you're stacking. Elbows in. Lift the top foot. Yes, you do that, yes. I haven't either. But it starts with just the sensation. I like to come into it this way as well, like we did. It gives me just a little bit more like. Walk your hands more to the left. Yeah. And then all of these arm balances, your tricep, you're stacking on the triceps until you're not.
Find out when you balance.
Yeah. Yeah. But it takes,
I can feel my brain.
yeah. And it's
What
so
language are they?
great when you find it, and you're like, oh, like, and then it like shoots you ahead, you know, even just, yeah, it's like that path of the river, path of the creek. You just like walk in it and then it's all this way.
Remember that one girl that she went back east after the last,
Susan,
yeah, she could do Bird of Paradise and all these other wild,
and like 60-year-olds.
no,
Oh.
I remember one. And, just before the last session ended at
Yeah.
the Mendocino, she'd be like, sticking her feet out, she'd be standing
I know.
sideways, bouncing on her ear or something.
Yeah. And patience, right? I've been doing yoga for, when did I start? 2011.
She was very strong.
Yeah, and also length and that center of gravity, huh?
Your goal for this year's handstands?
My goal for this year is, I mean, there wasn't necessarily, I always have a goal of this pose, Ashtavakasana. It's this one. And if you're done, you can come into Shavasana. And this too, so this is the modification.
They did that with David Jones.
Ugh.
In yoga class, I was in my Tuesday. I got my,
Oh my God. Put your head not down. My teacher Danielle, she's like, we'll do that on a stool. So that's like more, and we didn't do like Heka hips today, but you start, I'll just tell you, since you're interested, when you try and stack on the top of the arm and like pinch, it's really thighs squeezing together. And then you're kind of gonna do the shift to the left. So take your left ankle, cross it over, and then really squeeze your arm. And this is like the what, wait, what? You're gonna lean a little to the left. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. This is the modification. Let's see if I got it on this side. If I press my head down. Nope. Yeah, and that's a wind. I was in a training and I was like, but it's mine. And she's like, no. I'm like, but it's the weight of my butt. And she's like, nope, you're strong enough for your butt. So we gotta unwind a little. We'll do either legs up the wall with some twists. So you guys can choose if you want to end laid on your back or with legs up the wall. And if you're doing legs up the wall, I'll just show you since you all are watching. If you were doing this one, your twist would be both knees coming over. And then look at your knees and stack them. And if you're doing it on your back, then you're bringing your knees real tight into your chest. Legs up the wall, if you're doing that version, just set them up the wall. And there's another way, Tracy, you take, like, think of your crow, and we take a strap around your forearms, and that actually helps to brace, so then you can kind of push out a little bit. But I did that in a training and it didn't feel good, but I like piped up, like from crow to handstand, and then I was like, ow, and it was bicepy. But am I stronger now? I'm not sure. So it's doing more. So now you got me thinking about my goal. There's just this handstand month-long workshop that Rachel signed up for. So she's the one who signed up. And then we've been doing it on Mondays, and really I can tell a huge difference. Like one class a week. It's like picking up is so much easier. Handstand
Yes.
with the wall?
Yes.
Okay, we got that.
So your other classes are only during the day, right?
Monday at noon. And well, summer's not too far away. You guys take a breath with your open chest. There's a class here, I guess it's more gentle, on Tuesdays at 4:30. And Christian has a class Monday at noon. I mean, Monday at 6:30, sorry. No sorries in yoga.
It seems like.
A little less foresty, but abs. Yeah,
This is like not as varied.
it's not as varied. Yeah,
Yeah, I think you don't like
and a little bit slower. And a little more meditation breathing time, which is really nice. He's really good at that. You know, he's so calm. I'm like, let's, Okay, guys. Can have your legs up the wall, which is a great.
That's real. Like,
Yeah. I mean, he's long, like, but that's not an excuse because I'm long too. Yeah, his wheel is like 2 blocks stacked, or his bridge even in his wheel. You know what is a goal for me is I have 2, that's right, I wrote it on New Year's. One is to do Easy Bird of Paradise again, which used to be, I haven't tried it in a month, so that's the one where you're like this, and then roll up. And it's like my leg strength from sitting the last 2 years, and then my other one is to do wheel again. I used to do wheel like cold, and now it's like tight here, like, oh, look at this, not warmed up. And I have a little fear around it. And my ultimate goal would be wheel with one leg up, which is far away.
So what are your steps?
I was gonna do back bend, I think it was March. I was like, every class is gonna be a back bend class. It's doing it, trying and doing it. And I can do it with an assist, like I grab ankles and somebody there's like an inch that I need to be. And I can come down okay. And I did one at that training in October with an assist. We're not super warmed up for it though. Yeah. There's actually this other one called Thunderbird, where you go from a wheel and then you take your hands down like a dolphin.
That's a lot, right?
That's so scary to me. I was practicing forearm balances and like against a bed, and then I went all the way over, and I was kind of like, okay, what do I do now? How do I get out of this? And wheel walkovers, which once you have a strong wheel, the walkover, your toes are here and you just step up the wall and kick over. So those are some goals, and it's April, we got time.
My question.
Yeah.
What is that one where you do the tree and then you go down one leg and come back up?
That would be more Bikram-y. I'm not sure, it's not forest. There's one where you kind of go like this and then go into another. Here's another arm balance.
No, it's a full standing tree.
Yeah, it's not forest, so I'm not sure,
I saw this on.
but holy knees.
Yeah, I saw it on a TV show. She was an actress and she did, I guess she's a yoga expert also. She did this one routine. And she's in a tree, she's balancing out, and she goes all the way down to her feet, comes all the way back up.
Yeah, I'm not sure that's a pose. I think it's just like a crazy quad exercise. A physical spot?
Pistol.
Oh,
Pistol squat, is that what it's?
maybe. I think he's saying like this and then squat down. That's like heck of hips too. Okay, why don't you lay down on your mat in whatever way you want for Shavasana. Do you want this for your knees? The ball's in there too if you want to grab it. My bag. Yeah. Let your body absorb all that motion. Oh. Kind of tense up to release if you're still feeling like you're holding. Guys, take your time. Which is sacred in me honors that which is sacred in each of you. Namaste.